Hey guys, Dr. Morse, injury expert. So usually I don't do a whole lot of NBA. This injury got a lot of attention. Somebody asked me to review it, so here I am reviewing it. Last night, Jaden Ivey unfortunately went for the ball, and another player was diving for the ball, and he got his ankle caught underneath a player that was rolling on the ground, and the pressure you could see really stressed a lot of the lateral ankle and then the medial knee. Now, I tweeted about this last night, and we'll pull the photos in. You can see where the stress happened. The question is, what got more injured? Was it the ankle or was it the knee? Now, when he rolled out of it, he immediately grabbed his ankle. So that tells us, yes, that's the source of likely the majority of the pain. Now, could he have sprained his MCL? Yes, he probably did a little bit. But unfortunately, and they just released this information, and that's part of the reason why I was waiting for more, I speculated that A, he had one of two injuries. Either he injured the medial aspect of the ankle, which is the deltoid ligament. This is a very, very thick ligament and very uncommonly injured because it's so strong. That's why almost all of us roll out laterally when we injure our ankle like that, because the deltoid ligament on the inside is so strong. Well, because that's so strong, the lateral part of the ankle is traditionally weaker. So, catch my buddy. So traditionally weaker. So what happened to Ivey? He fractured this bone. He fractured the fibula. Now, the fibula only makes up about 15% of the strength of distribution of the ankle. But unfortunately, it's very important in that it articulates with the ankle. It makes up the ankle joint. So what happens traditionally is that if the ankle is injured, which unfortunately it is here, then the ankle is not able to plant and rotate because that fibula has to make up that joint. And there's a couple places it can get fractured. He could have fractured it mid-body. He can fracture it just above the joint or at the joint line. Rarely can you injure it up here. Usually there's a lot more nerves and issues up there. So the question is, did he get lucky and fracture it mid-body? Did he fracture it at the joint line, or did he fracture it where the syndesmotic for the high ankle ligament is? Depending on where he suffered that will depend on the treatment options and how quickly he can come back. Best case scenario, this is 6 weeks. Worst case scenario, he needs reconstructive surgery and he's done for the year. Now, there's a big gray area in between that depending on how many ligaments and tendons within the ankle are also compromised. If he had any injuries to the peroneal nerve, which would lead to drop foot, which is usually more of a proximal fracture of that fibula. So gives you kind of an idea. Very talented player, unfortunate situation. They were both going for the ball. He just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. The stress translated that energy and unfortunately put too much pressure on it, and it likely fractured somewhere mid-body, which would be best case scenario. But unfortunately, that usually takes at least 4 weeks, sometimes up to 6 weeks to return. I'll give you more information when we have, but I'm Dr. Jesse Morse, a sports medicine physician. I'm in my office here, predominantly in Miami, and we do some content on Twitter, some content on YouTube, a little bit on TikTok, and also on the injuryexperts.com. If you like this type of content, do me a favor, smash the thumbs up, subscribe, and check out some of the other content.